Hello, it's Rebecca here from Precious Pages Papercraft, and today I'm designing a layout for my creative scrapbook using the February main kit, which is largely made up of Pinkfresh Studio Spring Vibes collection. There are a couple of bits of Echo Park in there as well, but it is mainly the Pinkfresh collection. Which is gorgeous and perfect for lots of spring layouts. There's 4 different types of kits you can get with my creative scrapbook. So I've got the main kit here. You also have the creative kit, the album kit and the limited edition kit. So I'll pop a link to their website in the description box below. Do head over and have a look at the different kits because they are stunning. For my layout today, I've got a photo of my little boy from last spring actually, and he's just sat amongst a load of daffodils in a local field, and I wanted to use this collection because there are loads of yellow and green tones in it, which is just perfect for this photo. So I'm going to kind of extend the colours from my photo out onto my page, which is something I quite often do. I do find if I've got lots of different colours in a photo and it doesn't really work with the papers or embellishments in a kit, I would turn my photo, change it to black and white, but this was absolutely perfect for my photo, this kit, all these greens and yellows. So I've cut some circles from a couple of the patterned papers. I've also added a couple of layers of papers behind my photo, again greens and yellows. I have added a white border around the edge of my photo just to help it pop a bit and give it a little bit of separation. And then I'm going to arrange those circles cascading down the page, slightly off centre over onto the left. And this is a very clean and simple design to my layout today. If you follow me on Instagram or YouTube or anything, you'll know I am a lover of white space on a layout. I don't like to have too much on my page because I just find it's too busy and I struggle to take it all in when there's too much. Whereas when you strip it back and you go for a more minimalistic style, you notice more of what's on the page because your eye isn't quite drawn to all the busyness. So I do like to have lots of white page and keep it simple where I can. I do like mixed media as well, so often or not, I will use mixed media, but I don't like to overcrowd my pages. So this one is very clean and crisp and very easy to recreate. So effectively it's just some pattern paper circles and then some embellishing, so nice and simple. Those little yellow flowers you can see there are fussy cut from one of the patterned papers. It's almost like a magic eye kind of illusion trying to cut those out because they do overlap on the page. So it was quite funny trying to cut those out, but I've managed it. I've got a few there. I'm just going to have those scattered around my page. I'm using one of those gorgeous Pinkfresh phrases for my title. I've got the word beautiful there, and I've just added in a few leaf sprigs and a couple of the circular stickers. I think one says Spring Vibes and the other one says in the garden, I think it is, yeah, in the garden. So they worked really nicely for my photo. I've got this other one here, I think it says you're loved, and I just literally peeled out all the green and yellow elements from the kit, anything that I thought could work for this layout. Now I am going to get everything stuck together as best I can. I want to add a little bit of mixed media behind my design, and I'm going to use a stencil that we get in the February main kit. But I want to be able to move things on and off the page to sort of test where my mixed media is and to see if I need to extend it or not. And I didn't want to have to keep moving each individual item back onto and off of the page. So by sticking the larger elements together, it means I can just move them off in a couple of bits. So I think in this case I've got 3 bits. I've got those top circles, the bottom circle cluster, and then my photo. And I'm going to draw around the edge with a pencil so I know roughly where to stick my mixed media. But it just makes it a bit easier just to move large areas off of the page rather than all these little individual elements. So this is a stencil we get with the February main kit. It's another one by Vicky Bootin. Gorgeous stencils. I love all of Vicky's stencils. And they come on that rainbow backing paper as well, which I'm definitely going to use on a layout at some point. I always save it with the intention of using it and never really get round to it, but I will because it is beautiful. So yeah, just using this stencil, I've got a couple of distress inks or distress oxides I've pulled out to match my colour scheme. So the green here is Mowed Lawn, and I'm just using blending brushes to apply the colour through that stencil. And I think this yellow is actually a distress ink as opposed to an oxide, and this one is, I'm trying to remember now, mustard seed I think I used. just a little bit more of a mustardy yellow as opposed to the bright yellow of Squeezed Lemonade. But I just wanted a little bit of detail, nothing too mad. It's just popping out behind those circles in a few areas, and then I'm going to complement that with some splatters in the same two colours. So just adding that ink pad to some packaging, watering it down, and then with a paintbrush just flicking it onto my page. Sticking with sort of yellow splatters on the yellow stencil and green splatters on the green areas of stencil, and kind of tone on tone. I have pulled out a slightly darker green here just to try and match the patterned paper a bit better, and that one was called Rustic Wilderness. So I've just mixed the two, that one and Mowed Lawn, together, and it's almost a perfect colour match for that green patterned paper I've used. Now comes the fun part of getting everything stuck down. So as always, I've added a layer of craft foam behind my photo. I do this because I like my photo to remain the focal point, because that's what this is all about. It's great to have the creative outlet and to get all arty on a page and create a beautiful page, but ultimately it is the memory that I'm doing this for. So I always want my photo to stand out, and I do find that adding foam behind it and having it raised up off of the background helps to keep it the focal point. And even if you've got a slightly busier layout, having that white border around the edge of the photo and then raising it up on foam really helps to draw the eye to it. So then that's stuck in place, and then it was a case of just sticking those two clusters of circles in because they were already adhered together. Really quick and simple just to get those stuck down. And now just going to go around and add my little embellishments. Nothing too big, I've just pulled out some little bits, and I'm raising a lot of those up on foam pads again just to create some of that dimension and make the page a little bit more interesting. So whilst I'm sticking those last few bits down, in my description box below you will find a link to the My Creative Scrapbook website where you can purchase your kits. You can buy them as a one-off kit, or you can sign up to subscribe and then you'll receive your kits monthly. Being a subscriber, you also get access to cut files each month as well, and there's a whole library of cut files which is fantastic. So I'll pop that link in the description box. I'll also pop the link to our Facebook group as well, so do head on and join us over there. You'll see loads of inspiration, not only from the design team but also from our customers and members as well, and we love to see your work shared. So do head on over there if you create with our kits, share your layout, share the love. We love to see what you create, and you'll find loads of inspiration there. So you'll find those links in the description box below for you. And if you head over to the website, you will also find the link to our blog as well. And every day we have a new designer sharing a project over on the blog. So loads and loads of inspiration to be found, and you'll find those links below. But that is me done for today. The only thing I did off camera just to finish the layout off was to add a few yellow and green sequins, and you'll see those there in the close-ups. But thanks for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed the layout. Like I said, those links will be in the description box for you, and would love to see you over in our Facebook group. So thanks again for joining me. I will see you next time.